I'm gonna just try where it's Jake Kumaro. Bills just agree with Jake Kumaro. Cole
Yo,
Beasley
yo,
out of there. They
man, we're
already
gonna have
gave Cole Beasley the green light. Man, we got a lot to get to today, B.
yeah, man. Like I said, man, before you hit that live button, we're gonna have a good one today, a real good one. We got
Real good.
we got some quarterbacks moving around. We got some quarterbacks staying put. We got a quarterback staying put.
Yup.
Um, man, so a lot of movement. Got some franchise tags. Got some new deals.
People getting
Um,
released.
yeah, guys, some big name getting released.
That time of the year in the
So
NFL. Hey, man, the NFL. It's no off season, man. It's no
at
off
all.
season. They keep us on our toes. We always think, man, what we gonna talk about? What's going on? And it's always something. And in other leagues, MLB, they just cancel a couple more series, whatever the hell that means. March Madness around the corner. Happy
Hmm.
cardiac Kimber Day. Tone, I'm gonna
that's
need
what
that video, man. 11
that's what
years
y'all
ago
call it.
today. Yeah, it's cardiac. 11 years ago today, we witnessed one of the greatest tourney runs in history. In the Garden at that Big East tourney, and then obviously they
Classic,
went on
yeah.
to win it all. But a lot going on in sports, man. Brittany Griner is still over in Russia, which is wild.
Yeah,
Um,
some more news that came out about that.
okay, we're
Um,
gonna get to that.
yeah, and then it's been a lot of slander on LBJ after last night's overtime loss to the Rockets. We're gonna touch
Bringing up
on that.
a lot of memories, man, of me defending him early in his career for and it's ironic that it happens shortly after those comments on the show.
Yeah,
Talking about not being mentioned amongst the scores. We just had that conversation on this show, but
just
we'll
had
talk
that
about it.
conversation.
Calvin
Yeah.
Ridley. I don't think we spoke on that news coming out, man. Hey, it's a lot to
Whew.
get to, man. A lot
Let's
to
just get it,
get to.
man.
Let's
Hit
hit this
that,
intro, man.
hit that intro for sure.
Yeah, and y'all know the vibes. Hit us on the socials. Hashtag M2M Live. And Tone, our producer, be throwing them into us as the show goes on. So we're gonna obviously we always pay attention to the comments, but Twitter, IG, all that as well. But let's get to this intro. We'll see you on the other side. Oh man, now the landscape is gonna show up. Here y'all that beat be going, man. That beat be
Yeah.
going. Give me every time, man. Welcome back. March 10th. 8 days out from my birthday. Pisces
Okay.
season full effect. March
Okay.
10th, man. Thursday. Got a lot of NFL news that's happened, that's broken between the last time Monday that we came on here and now Thursday. Hope y'all enjoyed the Harrison Smith interview that premiered yesterday. I know I enjoyed it, watched it back again yesterday when it premiered as well. You got to chop that up, man, and tell some young DBs if you know any young DBs to tap into. We was talking some A1 stuff, man. But I'm on half of the other of the show. Darius Butler got my co-host AB on the other side.
What it do, baby?
We got a lot of news to get into, man. I'm starting with back-to-back MVP Aaron Rodgers staying put in Green Bay. The details of the deals haven't been released yet. But I'm sure they'll be coming out shortly. But he's going back. He's staying put in Green Bay, standing in the NFC North. What was your thoughts on? I know we didn't talk about it much on this show. Said we wouldn't. Figured this would kind of happen. What was your thoughts on him staying in Green Bay?
Man, I think we talked about it in the past weeks or whatever, and I kind of figured that's what it was. Of my opinion, I thought he was going to stay in Green Bay. Um, he said he would contemplate retirement, but I think I know Green Bay's happy. I know the fan base is happy. I know the front office is happy. Um, Maybe the best quarterback that's in the game right now. So he's staying put. I know he's
Yeah,
going to break the bank when those details do finally come out. But
as he should.
yeah, as he should. So good move for both sides. I think I know Devontae Adams. He's happy that Aaron Rodgers is staying put. Obviously, I'm pretty sure they're trying to work on a long term deal for Devontae Adams. They franchise tagged him, but
Mm-hmm.
good move for Green Bay, man.
Yeah, great move for Green Bay. Like you said, got to keep D Adams. You locked up Aaron Rodgers reportedly with a 4-year deal. Obviously, we expect big money, but keeping D Adams in there is huge. And then bringing in some more weapons as well. It's supposed to be a cap friendly deal, so they have more flexibility around Rodgers in Green Bay. But great news for them, and I think good news for A-Rod too. I think that was the best place for him to get to a Super Bowl and win another one if he's going to win one. It's been a while. People say, "Hey, he don't have enough." I personally, I think he had enough, but that's another conversation for another day. But the bigger news that came out that same day, and this was something. This is one of the things, you always tell me I got hot takes, and I just tell you they just be out early. But I told you probably like week 9, 10, maybe. I was like, this gonna be Russ last. Yes, and obviously it was already shit going on, but.
I don't think I ever said that was a
Yeah,
hot
you,
take.
You did, you did. I'm gonna run the tape back, but
Yeah,
Russ.
run the tape back because I think I said that I think the time was kind of over with in um that Seattle run. I thought that he would potentially be back, but I don't think it was a hot take. But
Oh, okay, okay.
run that back though. Get
My
that.
dog, my
If you
dog, my
got the
dog.
receipts,
Okay, my dog coming
if you
around.
got
I
the
don't know the
receipts,
receipt.
you know what I'm saying?
Receipts might be a little, some of them be a little old. You can't really see.
Man.
So I
Yeah,
might, I
the
might,
ink
I
went
might.
out. The ink might have went out on that. We got to change the
Yeah,
logo on that
yeah,
one.
yeah. I might be tripping, but Mr. Unlimited, Russell Wilson himself, traded to the Denver Broncos. A lot of people had Aaron Rodgers going to the Denver Broncos. A lot of people saying, that team um, is a franchise quarterback away, and now they got their guy. Obviously got some weapons out there. Latimer, Judy, and Co. Big deal. Russ went to Denver. Seattle got 2 first-round picks, 2 second-round picks,
Okay.
5th-round pick, I believe, and then the Broncos get Russell and a 4th-round pick. We got some players as well.
Seattle got Noah Fant as
Yep.
well.
Tight end Noah Fant.
Tight end Noah Fant. So
D lineman
so
Shelby Harris. And
I
I feel
think
like it was one more player. Oh, obviously Drew Lock, quarterback Drew Lock.
so.
What's your thoughts on that one?
I think it was a win-win for both sides. I think it was a win-win for both
Mm.
sides. So, and I'm gonna tell you why. So I think it was definitely a win for Denver because I felt as though they was missing. Everybody felt as though they was a quarterback away, right? So
Mm-hmm.
now you get your quarterback. Similar to when they went out and got Peyton Manning after he left the Colts. So again, you got Russell Wilson. You got a good run game. You got some receivers that can make some plays. Judy, Patrick Creighton. I'm missing one more. It's another one.
Receivers?
Yeah, it's another receiver.
Is it Latimer?
But they
Not Latimer.
nah,
Tim Patrick?
Tim Patrick.
Mm-hmm.
So they definitely have a lot of weapons on that side, right? So you might think it's a hot take when I say Seattle, right? So Seattle, you got some assets now. You got picks. So now with those picks,
Some
you
boys
could
don't do
potentially
good
go
with them
out
picks.
there. You said what?
They haven't done good with those picks for a while.
Again, though, I'm not saying that you have to go in the draft, but now you have some picks that, hey, if you do have a quarterback in your mind, because I'm thinking that if I'm sitting if I'm sitting in the front office and I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
I have a franchise quarterback, he's been here for 10 years, and we're about to let him go. I have to be thinking, okay, I have something that I have planned. I have a plan.
You would
So
think.
I'm hoping. That's what I'm saying. I'm just saying. If
Yeah,
I'm in
yeah.
that seat, if I'm gonna make that move, I have a plan. So with those picks, hopefully they can, they can maneuver and make some moves with those picks. If they have somebody in mind, maybe they have your guy Jimmy G. Hey, would you want to come out to Seattle? You know what I'm saying? San Fran, we'll give you X amount
Nah,
of
49ers.
picks.
They ain't letting them go. They
So
ain't letting them go in that division, man.
in division, right. But we'll see. But why wouldn't you though? Like if you don't believe in them, and I'm just playing both sides of the fence. If
Yeah,
you don't
yeah,
believe
yeah.
in him, if you don't believe in him, you already said he's up to, you know, we'll be willing to listen. And if I'm Seattle, when I can give you X amount of picks, why wouldn't you do that?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like Seattle right now. I won't say it's a win-win. I won't say that. And I said that with the Seattle New York trade, the Jets trade. But now, no, it always takes years when draft picks are involved, obviously. But I can't say it's a win-win because of how bad Seattle has done, particularly with the higher draft picks that they have. Like you said, you got more assets now. You got more draft capital to move around and maybe get like an established player. And that's one way for him to win. But I can't say it's a win-win for them, man. You lose Russell Wilson, who is, been by far your best franchise quarterback. And then on the other side of the ball, you release Bobby Wagner the next day or the same day. I'm not sure. I think it was the next day. So you got a 70-year-old coach, Pete Carroll, who, a lot of people may say the game is kind of, passing him by to an extent. And so if I'm a Seattle fan, if I'm DK Metcalf, Lockett, I'm looking around like now, like
Yeah,
those are
right
the
now
last two holdovers from that championship team. So
right
I don't
now
know
you
where
sick.
Seattle goes right. Yeah,
Right
sick.
now you sick. But hey,
Especially with
that's
this
why you get.
draft, with these quarterbacks in this draft.
That's what I said, man. If you make this type of decision, you got to have a plan, and I hope that he has a plan. Because if I'm sitting in that office and I got my, I loosen up my tie, button my top button, and I'm sitting back and I got my staff with me. If we decide to make this move, we have a plan, and I will hope that they have a plan. And like I said, with the assets that they have, as far as the draft picks, man, I'm gonna make something happen. I'm gonna make something shake. You know what I'm
Man,
saying?
it's a lot of holes on that team, everywhere, and once again, 70-year-old coach in rebuild mode. It's gonna be interesting, very interesting to see how that shakes out. And people ain't gonna be lining up to go out there to the Pacific Northwest and play ball either. So it's gonna be very, very, very interesting. But speaking of a quarterback, moving on. And having a plan or not having a plan, and this is a big head scratcher. Obviously, a team that's very close to us, with the Colts. So let me find this brand real quick. But Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz heading to DC, got traded to the Washington Commanders. The coach traded him.
That name stinks.
The first.
Somebody's gonna grow. It's gonna grow, and
it's gonna grow. It's gonna grow in this, man. The football team stunk too. It's gonna grow in this. But they got their first quarterback in history now. The Commanders do with Carson Wentz. You look at the stats. I feel like it tells a story. 27 touchdowns, 7 picks. But we watched him play. We watched the team closely. Obviously, neither one of us thought he was the answer. I thought it was worth the shot. You trade the picks, you go out and get Carson. This is the coach, offensive coordinator who had him, when they went on that Super Bowl run. But now at this point, the head coach that drafted him, the OC that drafted him, has kind of given up on him. What was your initial thoughts? Because last night I was kind of talking to myself, and it all made sense of why they moved on. But with Russell being off the board, A-Rod being off the board, let me throw off my wish list real quick.
Yeah, I was just about to go get that. And you said you put this tweet out yesterday, and all I could do is just put my hand on my head. Like, if this the wish list, like I don't see Andrew Luck coming back. Like you said, Aaron Rodgers is gone. He's staying in Green Bay. Russell Wilson is in Denver. And if you putting your chips all to Jimmy G, good quarterback, but again, I feel as though that's a lateral move for if that's what you putting your chips all in.
Honestly,
Jimmy G,
bro,
I'm not ecstatic about that.
I understand that, and I would
I'm not ecstatic
honestly,
about that.
I would be with you, but honestly though, and truly, you don't feel like that's an upgrade from Carson, Jimmy G, even if it's a slight upgrade. Like
I'm not about to do all of that for a slight upgrade. I'm not doing that. For a slight upgrade, like, I'm not doing that, Darius.
Hey, that was my wish list. All right, and it's only 2 left. It ain't too many options out here. So when you cut bait on Russell Wilson, you know, which Seattle did, and that was kind of brewing and whatever. He don't want to play there no more. I don't know what the conversations were behind the scenes, but he got out of there. And now you do this with Carson Wentz. Now, wasn't the best quarterback in the world last year. Didn't make the playoffs. Those last 2 games, to me, we had a conversation about this as well. You were in the building for that Raiders game. Yeah. I felt like that was way bigger than Carson Wentz. That was a team failure from the coach
no question.
down. Yeah,
no
so
question.
From the coach down. And when I talk to people in the coach, and you know, as far as players and things like that, Carson Wentz and leadership, those question marks wasn't really there. Honestly, I think this was more so about him not. I think the play wasn't great, but once again, what are your alternatives? I think because you can't win. This is 6th year in a row where the coach's going to be opening up the season with a new quarterback. So you're not winning that way. I would say, shit, you got Carson right now. You stuck with him for another year. Go get some more receivers. Get a couple tight ends. Like, give him some weapons and then evaluate it again. But I think this was more about him not getting vaccinated last season. And I think that's where because I keep hearing the buzzword leadership. But I literally talking to players like players on that team. And it's like, nah, dudes rock with him. Obviously, the play wasn't great, but so I think it was that. And
you really think it was on the vaccine? You think it's the vaccination?
1,000%. I mean, obviously the play weren't great as well, but once again, you going with Sam Ellinger? That's what we gonna try out there with these quarterbacks in the AFC. Sam Ellinger, like, what's our options right now? The draft saying that we don't even have a 1st round pick. The options aren't there in the draft. Russell Wilson and Aaron Rodgers off the board. Luck been in the weight room for the last month in the facility, something we want to know about.
Man, I hope it's not the vaccination. I hope it's that Frank's still on the team. So this is what I'm getting at. This is where I'm kind of leaning towards, right? Now I could be wrong. Frank's still on the table for this guy.
1,000%.
You know what I'm saying? 1,000%. Frank's still on the table for this guy. He went in with Ballard, Mr. Irsay, and said, "Yo, this is the guy. This is the guy that I work with, and I know he can take us to that next level." Right?
Took him 2 overall.
2. Hey, this is the guy. And from the success that the coach has had in the past, when you come down to it, you piss down your leg, as Coach 30 said. You piss down your leg to pass the last 2 games of the season, and the quarterback play wasn't good. And we talked about it before.
Agreed.
And we talked about it before, where it was like, okay, we talking about quarterback play, but we got to have a conversation with Frank at the end of the season as well. You know what I mean?
And I got read up.
I think this is where this came to. It's like, Frank, this is your guy. Like, we trusted in you, and you stood on the table for him, and he didn't come through. Like, we can talk about X, Y, and Z, but your guy didn't come through. We getting him out of here. The vaccination could be it, but I just think it ended up being at the end of the day when it counted on it, where we needed that quarterback.
But where are we going, AB?
I get that. I get that.
That's the thing with me, like. Because I don't doubt, and I feel like Jim, we know Irsay, and I feel like Irsay has felt like for a long, like, hey, look, I don't have enough championships. I had Peyton for however many years. I had Luck for a few years. His career I cut short. You saw the tweet he put out, when the playoffs were still going on about getting a quarterback like that, whatever. But they aren't out, like these cats ain't just falling from a tree. And this would have been Carson's 2nd year in the system. And you know how I feel. I'm not a Carson Wentz fan, honestly, when it comes to quarterback play. But when you look at the landscape, it's like, I mean, sure, you look at Washington, they got better at quarterback. I think. You got Fitzpatrick and Heineke in there. I think they maybe, I don't know, maybe Heineke.
We'll see. We'll see.
Maybe.
But I agree with you 100%. Like, again, and I tweeted yesterday, the coach must have something up their sleeve. They got to.
Man,
they have to have something up their sleeve. But then again, it's like, yo, like, man, get him out of here, yo. Like, and that's what Chris did. Like, he got in Irsay, got him out of there. We'll figure it out.
But yeah, and obviously the things like that, it's always the saying in the locker room, act how you can afford to act, right? And the vaccine, I'm not saying that's 100% the reason, but you add that with his play because Rodgers is immunized. Ain't nobody tripping about it. It's another top 6 quarterback that ain't vaccinated, but ain't nobody tripping about that because they playing lights out. So when that becomes once again, it goes back to the quote unquote leadership. Because remember, guys were missing games down the stretch and all this shit. And I think that rubbed Jim the wrong way. I don't want to speak for him, but I heard him speak about it late in the season and things like that. Play wasn't there, but I mean, you can have another off season. Once again, you got money to go out and get some weapons, to go out and get some more receivers because didn't have the best receiver room. I think that would have been the route, unless, like you said, they got something better up their sleeves. You don't feel like Jimmy G's an upgrade. I mean, we got Jameis Winston, Jimmy G, Mitch Trubisky. Who else out there? Tyrod Taylor. But I mean, I guess we'll see.
Yeah. But again, man, this is, and I've said this before. I said this before. Everybody wants to have that Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers. Like there's 32 teams in the league. Like everybody can't have that quarterback. Everybody can't have that quarterback. So again, this is where your personnel have to do a great job in building a team, and hopefully you can get a quarterback to come in there. And I think that's what they thought they was getting with Carson, a quarterback that can come in there.
Had to take that chance, I think.
Yeah, you had to. Hopefully you got a quarterback that come in here and play lights out, maybe 9 games out the year and 10 games out the year, and then some other games your defense wins it for you or whatever the case may be. But you're not going to have that quarterback like a Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers. Mm-hmm. Even your young guy, Justin Herbert, or my guy, Burrow. Like, those, you're going to have a few good – you're going to have probably 2 handfuls of good quarterbacks in the league that can really get it done. After that, you're going to have a team, a solid team around the quarterback play. And
you got to have weapons around the quarterback too. Got to have weapons. And once again, the Carson Wentz play, it was average. I would say average, but he took too many risks. It was just wild. When you got that tight shot of the quarterback and that throw goes down the field and that camera pans with Wentz, you didn't know what the hell was going to be on the other side a lot. But once again, who you throwing to? What was the offense? But if you a better man, it's a tweet from Zach Kiefer, talking about it's not just 5 quarterbacks in 5 years. It will be 6 different week 1 starters dating back. I rolled out there with Scott Tozine in 2017. So they had a different one every year. Tozine in 2017, Andrew Luck in 2018, Jacoby Brissett 2019, Phillip Rivers 2020, Carson Wentz 2021, 2022. AB got to lay down $1,000 chip at the sports book. Who's going to be the starting quarterback for the Colts?
Shit, I'm a smart man. I'm away from that table. Give me my chips, man. I go on the roulette. I'm not betting. I'm keeping my change. I'm keeping my change, man. It's tough. It's tough, D-Butt. I'm reading the comments as well, and we see some Derek Carr out of Las Vegas. We see some
If you
Kirk
Josh
Cousins.
McDaniels, do you let him leave?
No, I don't.
Before you even, you look at your
I
division, you
don't.
got Russ, Herbert, Mahomes. Do you let Derek Carr walk out your building and say, all right, let me get some more assets?
No, I don't.
I don't either.
Because again, like we talking about here, okay, Derek Carr leaves, Marcus Mariota. I think I don't know if he's still under contract there, but
I'm not sure either.
it's like, nah, I'm keeping Derek Carr. But if I'm the coach, shit, I'm trying to figure something out. And again, like you said, we're not gonna get a quarterback in the draft, so they have to have something up their sleeve. And to your point, even though I'm not in agreement with it, the coach might be hollering at John Lynch and company out there in San Fran to bring Jimmy G in.
It's been reports,
but I'm not a fan of it. You know what I mean? But I'm pretty sure that's really the only logical way you can go when you make this move.
That's why I would bet. That's why I bet on. It would be Jimmy G and Derek Carr. Me and you, if we're sitting in Josh McDaniels' chair, we're not letting Derek Carr leave that building. Especially not for the assets that the Colts will be able to trade for. And not even like you getting, this year's first and another one. So Jimmy G makes the most sense right now.
Yeah. So again,
another hot take of mine that's about to come true. But who's keeping count?
hey, I'm not with them shits. But on the flip side of this, if you're a Washington Commanders fan, that shit stinks, D-Bot. But anyway, how do you feel about Carson Wentz coming to Chocolate City?
Man, I mean, once again, is he an upgrade from Heineke? Marginal.
Heineke balling out there some games, man.
Heineke was solid, but the Commanders, Rivera came out early and said, "Look, we call basically, in so many words, we calling every team trying to see what's the deal with the quarterback." Ended up with Carson Wentz. I wouldn't be happy. I know D Hall made a post on Instagram yesterday. I was on that shit laughing. But not only they take him, they took that whole $28 million in contract money too. So
Carson got that first PJ. PJ like, I'm out of here. Like, I don't care what y'all talking about.
Smoking. Chris Ballard, he hit a lick. Obviously he took a chance last season, traded away a first rounder, which I think it was worth the shot. And then next season you flip him, you get that money off your books. So if you do go Jimmy G, it's like a 1-for-1 trade when you're looking at the money. So but if you're a Commanders fan,
Carson Wentz gonna be in stadium, baby.
Hey, we shall see. I'm rooting for everybody. I'm rooting for Carson. You know what I mean? I'm rooting for him to go out there and turn around. And he plays the Colts next year. He plays Philly twice. So it could be a Carson Wentz revenge tour out there in DC, man.
Who? A Carson who?
It could be a Carson Wentz revenge tour, 2022.
Okay. Word.
But moving on to somebody who will not have a revenge tour in 2022. Calvin Ridley, we didn't speak on this. Calvin Ridley suspended at least 1 year for betting on games. This was during his absence away from the team last year. So he went away from the team for his own mental health reasons. And during that span, he bet. I don't even think he bet on the Falcons, but he bet on the NFL. Bet a grand total of $1,500. Ended up costing himself $11 million in salary this year. And who knows, how much, because this was a contract year. Last season really would have been his re-up year if he balled, man. But man, I obviously got some thoughts on this. I'm gonna pass it to you first, man. What was your thoughts on this upon hearing this news, man?
So I'm like all over the place with this one. First off, in contract, we can't bet on games. Like first and foremost, you're a professional. We already know that you can't bet on games. You know what I'm saying? Regardless if it's $1, regardless if it's $2, that's one thing that they harp on in all meetings. Everybody knows that.
Say that again. That last part.
Everybody knows that. Like player, everybody knows you cannot bet on football games, right? On the flip side, I think a year suspension is a bit harsh. Now, I understand if you're trying to come out and you're trying to set an example because you know how big this betting world is about to get. You know what I'm saying? Where everywhere you go, you can bet. You got it on your phone. You can bet. All of that.
Yep.
But
Shout out FanDuel Sportsbook.
No doubt, no doubt. But I think a year is harsh. An entire season is harsh. But again, as a professional, you got to know what it is.
Yeah, you once again, you got to know what it is. And the important part here that a lot of people probably don't know. I know I've said it on air. I'm not sure if it's here or other places, but I've been saying this for years. As a player, as a professional player, you know, like you better off getting popped for damn near anything else. They're like, I'm talking about steroids, DUI, anything else before gambling. Just because of and this was before when we was playing, this was before the sports books and owners and stuff. They had, interests in fantasy teams and stuff, but it wasn't like, you got sports book in the Arizona Stadium now. You got sports book in the United Center. Like, this is ingrained in sports. Everywhere you see games, you got the spreads there as well. So it's different, but we know, like, we had the guys that come in and talk about, the mobsters and all that about it. So we knew the severity of that. We knew what comes with that. So you got to know better, man. And you can look at it and say, well, on one side, the owners, they own this and they got this, but in reality, employees and employers don't play by the same rules. Like, that's just real life. That's the world. That's America. That's whatever. Like, you own things. You own businesses. You come in late to a meeting compared to one of your managers coming in late to a meeting. Those are two different. You know what I mean? Like, it's just not the same. So you gotta understand. You got to be
more careful. But look,
to be more careful, Calvin. And this is home team too. This is young boy from out here, Broad, man. So I hate it.
I had a coach. I had a coach stand up in front of a meeting room. And I think this was the realest thing because he put it out there. He said, look, all y'all not gonna be, what he say? All of y'all are not gonna be treated equally here, but you will be treated fairly. And I thought that was the realest thing. Like, if you the star quarterback and you getting paid $40 million a year, you're not gonna be treated the same way as the guy that's on P Squad. Now,
and that's just life.
And that's life. P Squad, we're gonna treat you fair. We're gonna treat you fair. We're not gonna do anything, egregious or whatever, but we're gonna treat you fair. But you're not gonna be treated equally as, QB1. And I thought that was the realest thing. So based on what you just said, as far as employee and employer.
Yeah, I mean, you got, so it's a lot. It's a lot of people.
Harsh, though.
You know what? Honestly, and like I said, I know a lot. We know a lot of this similar people, so it hits close to home. But taking a player out, let's say it wasn't whoever it was, it's just a player getting caught betting on a game while he's an active player. Do what I think a year. I would think honestly to be more than a year, and I think the suspension is going to be more than a year because you always hear him in those meetings, and it's some of half of his bullshit. Integrity of the shield, integrity of the game, integrity, like that's all you from day one, from that first joint we do before the draft or after the draft. Integrity of the game, integrity of the shield. So that's what they got to protect because with all this growing interest,
that's bullshit.
This is me and you saying it.
Yeah, so that's what I'm just saying, keeping it a buck. I understand what they say. I understand what they say. I understand what's in the memos when they send out. I understand what they say. But we talk.
What they really say is protect the money, though.
Protect the money, basically. So, like, that's why I say I feel as though a year is harsh for $1,500. And I don't think it's about. And again, that's why I say I don't even think it's about the amount of money. I think it's about an example.
Yeah.
setting that example.
And that's why. And I'm not gonna say, oh, you know, you only get suspended 4 games for this, and because it's 2 different ball games. So I don't think the year, you know, I expected more than a year. I think it will be more than a year because they're going to try to make an example, because these sports books ain't going nowhere. Sports betting ain't going nowhere. That's only going to become bigger and bigger. So the NFL, the NBA, the MLB, whatever, they got to be like, hey, players not, because that's all people be saying. Oh, this shit rigged. This shit that, man. This shit that. So hey, this ain't happening. Then to make it worse, you got Stephen Ross, owner of the Miami Dolphins. Brian Flores in his lawsuit alleged that he offered him $100,000 per loss. So now you're dealing with that. You're dealing with, you know, growing the partnerships with the leagues and the sports books. And now Kevin really put himself in the middle of it, man. I really hate to see it.
So that's what I'm saying. So if you really talking about protecting the shield, and that's why I hope we don't sign no NDAs. I hope it's an open book when it comes out with the Stephen Ross situation. Because if you offering to pay your coach $100K, and I would hope a man won't just come out and say that, just because he's salty at the time. So hopefully, you know what I'm saying, he can stand on that.
There were people who said they witnessed it too.
So if and when, and I said this before when it first came out, is that if this is true,
you did.
Stephen Ross should not be an owner of an NFL team if we're protecting the shield, as you say.
I agree 1,000%. But in real life, we know they play by a different set of rules, and that's the unfortunate truth. Because Stephen Ross paying a coach to lose games is a million times worse than Calvin Ridley being away from his team and betting on the game. Like, look, those
he
not even close.
They was gonna win. He was gonna bet they was gonna win.
Not even close. But you saw the precedent's kind of been set with it. You saw Pete Rose, all-time leading hitter in MLB history, still not in the Hall of Fame. Will never go in the Hall of Fame. And they pretty much banished him, I think. I mean, MLB is terrible, but banished him from it. So, you know, the precedent's set, but man, really, man, you know, I hate to see it, man, especially at this point in his career. You know, just a dumb decision, man. Dumb decision to put himself in the middle of something like this. And hopefully, we always say you don't want to put your fate in somebody else's hands, but now you kind of waiting to see, you know, how far they're gonna go with it, how much of an example they're gonna try to set.
Hopefully, he got some good folks around him, man, so they can put his arms around him and be close to him, because obviously he was already away from the game.
Yeah,
dealing with his mental, and you know, hoping to come back next year, and for this to happen, for him to be out for an entire year, man. Hopefully, he got some good people in his corner. You know, that he could sit down, he could talk to, and help him get through this time. But that's tough, man. That's tough.
Definitely. Let's get to. I want to get to some of these questions.
Let's do it. We had a bunch, man. We had a bunch last week we didn't get to.
Okay, let me do. I don't know about this. Mikey does NFL. M2M Live. Do you guys think we finally got a Packers game over here to compensate for having the Jets, Falcons, and Jags last year? I'm assuming he's talking about over in London.
Yeah.
I mean, it's about time we send some good football teams over there and show the world some good football. We talking about expanding the brand, going global. Got to send some good teams to these places, man. But
got you.
What's your thoughts on that?
Nah, I'm right there with you, man. You know, they get one game a year. Sometimes, well, they get 2 games a year, I think now. And shit, when it was one game a year, you know, I'm excited. Shit, I'll be able to go see my first NFL game. Y'all gonna send this shit over here?
Y'all gonna send this? Come on, man.
You gonna send this?
We got London from Jacksonville for
Yeah, nah, I'm with you.
All right. This is the same one. At OTR Gyms, with both AB and DB experiencing the 2011 NFL lockout, what advice do you have for the MLBPA in their battle with the MLB? I was so young. I don't remember that. I remember the lockout, but I wasn't involved. I wasn't a player rep or anything like that. But just try to hold out as much as possible to get what you want. You got to have your core things, your maybe two things. All right, we need this, and we can kind of give on the other things. These are the 2-3 things that we need. But when you going against a collective group of owners like that, they can just ride it out. It's less of them. It's easier to get on the same page than it is with the players. It's always tough, man. What would be your advice for the MLB PA? I think they're pretty good players association too. AB got kicked out, so that'd be my advice. I guess hold it down and try to those 2-3 main things that you want, that you need, do that. But you're gonna have to. No, players are never gonna win in these type of things. The longer you hold out, the better you can get. But these owners, man, what is it? I don't know how many teams it is in the MLB, but when they're on the same page to where they are, the way they are, it's harder to get those guys on different pages, and it's always strength in numbers. Yeah, man. Brady said it best, even when he was talking about in court on his ESPN Plus. The man in the arena. It's hard to beat 30 billionaires in court. But the MLB stinks. Stinks anyway. They supposed to be, it's supposed to be opening day coming around here soon, spring training, all that. And the NFL is just grabbing up more and more attention, more and more headlines, more and more media. So, I mean, the MLB is hurting themselves majorly. Questions, boot the passes. Does Duke continue to be a major presence in college ball without Coach K? Has a college ball program ever been so closely linked to coaching before? Do they still attract the same level of talent, or do you think they start to decline? Duke at this point is a brand. So I think early on when Coach K leaves, I think especially if they get a big name in there, I'm not sure who's in line to take over that job, but I think they'll be fine right after. But this could be a huge drop off, man. You saw it happen with my UConn Huskies. We haven't been a power necessarily, a sustained power like Calhoun. He had a long run, decades of dominance. You see it with Gino. You saw it with Pat Summitt out in Tennessee. You see it with different coaches. So it's always going to be a trend. It depends on who takes over. But I think Duke still has that brand. So many great players that have played there over the years. So I think they'll be good, at least for these next couple of years. We shall see. Back in the building.
Man, I'm back.
Back in the building. All right, let's get one more. We're going to get one more. We didn't get, I think it's from last week. From our producer at The Tone Gordon. Question for the fellas. Would you rather be able to play every musical instrument or master every sport?
No brainer for me.
Yeah.
I'm trying to play every instrument.
Here you go.
It's a no-brainer for me. Hey, shit, you thought I want to master every sport?
Hell, man, just let me hit par just one time. I just want to go around I just want to go around the golf course. Damn, I got hands. I just want to go around the golf course and hit par one time.
Man, put me in the bar with a piano. Man, what? A piano, a saxophone, play the guitar, play the drums. Man, you crazy, man. Let me play the instruments, man.
Y'all I'm going to America's Got Talent.
Hey, whatever. Whatever. Give me instruments, man. I want to learn how to play an instrument anyway.
You know how to play have you ever learned how to play any instruments?
In elementary school, you should go home with the little flute or something.
I had
like a clarinet or something.
I can't imagine AB on the clarinet. That's crazy. I had the alto sax. That was my choice. The alto saxophone. Hey, that shit was tough.
Yeah.
That shit was tough. I played the drums when I was young. I was nice. I used to be nice on the drums in church, but I tried the alto sax. That was the instrument of my choice. Didn't stick with it, but yeah, I had one of those joints. Was it? It couldn't have been a flute. I think it might have been a clarinet too. That's when you put the little wood.
Hey,
the little wood chip joint.
Oh.
Pause.
Yeah. Hey.
Yeah, man. But yeah, piano. If I had to pick one though, piano would be my instrument of choice.
Yeah,
I always wanted to be able to just walk into a nice restaurant or a nice hotel or something, or in the crib, and you there was hold on real quick.
one of my guys, man, he was actually my roommate my freshman year, and in our dorm room, we had a piano. Man, that boy would sit down and play them keys, bro. Like in awe. I'm like, yo, play this song, and he could hit that jump. Boom, boom, boom. Like, play this song. Boom, 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 boom. I'm like, yo, that's impressive.
Yeah, that shit tough. That's impressive. That's a showstopper right there. You walking anywhere and you just, how they first get on, they try to act like it. Damn, I always wanted to do that, but I don't know. One of my cousins taught himself how to play it too. I'm jealous of those people who are naturally musically inclined like that.
Geniuses right there.
Fact. Speaking of, I still haven't watched that third episode of Kanye West yet. Genius.
Gotta watch it.
I gotta finish it. What else we got, man? I didn't see this. This came out. RIP to a trailblazer.
Yeah.
Johnny Greer, NFL's first black referee, and had a distinguished 24-year career as an official, including 15 postseason games before becoming an officiating supervisor for the league. So a real trailblazer. Johnny Greer passed away recently, so rest in peace to a trailblazer in NFL. Appreciate that nugget there, Tone.
Yeah. Michael Crawford, man, he put in here talking about, did I get into the go-go when I was at Howard? We had no choice. To get onto to get with the go-go, man. Get on the congos. Hey, that's some beautiful music there. What they do with that go-go.
Is it though?
I mean, I like it. It's different.
It's definitely different. I got my first exposure to it in college. My DC guys. That's what you beat your feet to?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
I was talking to Tay yesterday, matter of fact. Tay do that shit. All right, what else we got, man? Let's get some basketball stuff. These are the current NBA standings. Against my Heat, I think it was last night. The Phoenix Suns locked up the playoff spot. 53-13 right now.
They balling right
finals.
now.
Yeah, they hooping right now.
Paul.
With no Chris Paul, he'll be out for a few more weeks. Booker just came back from his COVID stint. But right now in the West, we got the Suns 1, Grizzlies 2. Very, very impressive. Nobody expected that. Warriors at 3, Jazz at 4, Mavericks at 5, Nuggets at 6, T-Wolves at 7. And you got the Clippers, Lakers, Pelicans rounding out 8, 9, 10 on the East side. You want to take the East?
I got you, brother. You got the Heat at the top. You got the Bucks. Woo! Sixers at 3, Bulls at 4, Celtics, the Cavs, the Raptors, Nets. The Nets at 8.
Hey, don't trip. Do not trip.
And then you got the Hornets and the Hawks at 9 and 10, man. What's your surprises here on the west side and the east side, whether good or bad?
Oh, Grizzlies for sure at 2. The Grizzlies and the Mavericks, man. 2 young superstars leading those teams, Ja Morant. But that whole unit on that Grizzlies, they do their thing. Even when Ja was out, they went on a nice little run. And then the Mavericks, Mavericks, the Porzingis trade didn't work out. Luka been carrying that shit, so they 5th in the West right now, which is impressive. And then obviously the Lakers being a 9th seed, 9 straight road losses, lost 6 out of the last 7. Only win they got was when Braun went off of 50-something. And they just lost to the damn Rockets in overtime last night. So I guess that would be somewhat of a surprise. I know it's a surprise for you, but those would be my surprises in the West, at least. Who you got on the East side?
Man, let's pull that back up again, man. Let's pull that back up. Tone said he's still calling frauds with the Suns. We gonna see, Tone. We definitely gonna see.
I can't see that.
Right here, man. I would say my surprise is the Nets being at 8. Obviously, I think we know a big reason for that is Kyrie not being able to play at the home games, and then KD, when Harden was on with the Nets, they weren't on the court at the same time or playing at the same time. So I think that's one of the biggest surprises. But I'm kind of surprised the Heat is at the top. I know they got a great team, but coming into the season, before Lowry was over there, I don't think we had too many people saying that, at this point of the season, your Heat was going to be at the top.
Can you feel the heat down in my soul?
So let's talk about
feel the heat down in your soul.
We touched on it. On Monday. Was it Monday? Or it may be last week. But with James Harden, and Joel Embiid over there.
Big game tonight too.
Big game tonight. Big 1-2 punch over there. Who you got? Who you got coming out? You still got Brooklyn coming out the East?
I still got Brooklyn. I strongly believe Kyrie gonna be full-time come playoffs. And he's coming off the most efficient 50-point performance that we've seen in some time. I think it was 15 for 19, maybe 9 for 12 from 3, dropped 50, and it's like we just talked about, big game in Philly tonight. So you'll have KD, you'll have Kyrie, you'll have Embiid and Harden on the same court. Obviously, wish Ben Simmons is going to be out there, but I still like the Nets, man. I like it to all come together, and this is something you've been saying about the Nets for the last year at this point. So it sounds like a broken record, but if I had to pick one, even though I love my Heat, I really do. That's what my heart is. I want the Heat to come out of the East, but going with my basketball acumen, I'm going with the Nets, man. I'm going with the Nets. So it's so many. It's that Eastern Conference, man.
Yeah, you got the Bulls. Philly looking good.
Milwaukee.
You can't count Milwaukee out. Like, you got a strong 4 I would say 4. Your top 4 is strong right now.
Even Boston playing well.
Yeah. Tatum.
Yeah, I mean, the Bulls going into the All-Star break, they were tied for the 1 seed. And Tone was just saying earlier, calling the Suns a fraud. I saw a stat with the Bulls, I believe, yesterday, said that they're 0-14 against the West and the East top 3 seeded teams. So it'll be interesting to see how they show up in the playoffs down the stretch. But I'm definitely excited for some NBA playoffs basketball, some late season basketball, play-in game.
Nah, no doubt.
Exciting, man.
Very, very exciting.
And they're going to start giving Draymond his flowers, too, on that west side. You see on the west side, the Warriors been struggling without Draymond Green over there. So once he comes back, I think that ship will start heading back in the right direction. But I'm excited for these playoffs, man. Excited for March Madness, which has already started. Selection Sunday is on this Sunday coming up, the 13th. It's going to be exciting, man.
Very, very excited. Does Ben Simmons play for the Nets this year? Got a question.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. OX couch. I say yes, 100%. Should he better?
100%?
I'll say 100%.
Okay.
I'll say 100%. I mean, he's
got to be sooner than later, because, I mean, you roll into them, you got to get some cohesiveness between the 3. So can't just be jumping in the playoffs thinking like shit gonna be sweet.
got to get in basketball shape too.
No doubt. Yeah.
We know as athletes, all the training, all the running, all the treadmills, all that shit is jump rope, all that shit is one thing. But when you actually out there playing your sport, and moving and shooting, playing all those different things, that work a whole different group of muscles and even your mind differently. So like you said, better be sooner than later.
Yes, sir.
Excited about this game tonight, though. Brooklyn, Philly.
Who you got?
Philly favored by 4.5 points right now.
Who you got?
Oh, that's tough, man. Embiid at home. You
Philly.
going Philly?
I'm going Philly, man. That look like some good basketball right there. But
it does.
It's not like it's like that old school basketball where you got that dope guard and that dope big man. You know what I'm saying? I think, recently it's been
Embiid shit tough, bro.
Oh man, recently it's been like, you got your two guards and they going off whatever the case may be. But back in the day when we was, for the most part, I would say that for the most part it was you had your guard, you had your big man. You know what I'm saying? You had a dope Kobe, bunch.
Stockton, Malone, yeah.
So
Peyton Kemp.
Yeah, so I like what they doing. Hopefully they can just maintain it. Hopefully they don't fall off. They can stay healthy. But I like what I'm seeing between the two. I think I seen a clip with KD and he was talking about Joel Embiid and he was like, he's unguardable. Like as a big man, he's like he can take you down in the post. He can bump you. He big dude. He can step out. He can hit the J's. And he got handles. He got good feet. So it's like, what can you do with him?
Effective. He effective all over the court. You can start the offense with him at the top of the key. He can then bring the ball up, high post, free throw line, pick and roll. And then obviously James Harden is a savant as well. He's looking like he's in shape. Tough. Very, very tough. But on the other side,
that boy Hard won't hurt. That boy Hard won't hurt.
Hard out there. I was out there. Pump faking the booty shaking, man.
Get me out of here, man. Get me out of here.
I look fresh, man. But on the other side, though, with Kyrie, new agent. Shout out to Kyrie too. He hired his stepmother. Yeah. Matter of fact, let me get the name because International Women's Day just passed a few days ago, and I feel like this is huge. Damn, I don't have her name. If anybody know her name, put it in the chat, please. They hired his stepmother to be his agent, and I believe she's the only black female agent that's representing an NBA player right now. So that's huge. That's big time. Shout out to Kyrie, man.
Big time.
With that 50. Time. And he's gonna be taking a couple games off and they go back home. So
he gonna go off and he can try to go off
go for 35. Kyrie, KD. With Hard on the other side, healthy Hard on the other side. I feel like they coming at. I feel like everybody coming at next tonight. Embiid got to have his guy back.
Get that popcorn ready. I think Tone asked a good question. What do y'all think about Nash wanting Ben Simmons traveling to Philly, even though he's not playing?
I like it. I like it.
Man, send him home, man. He man. Let him chill at the crib, man. Man, look at here, man. You gotta protect your investment, man. This man was already sitting out for his mental health. Him going back to Philly, they gonna eat that man up. They gotta have security.
The bad guy.
They gotta have security guard around that man on the bench. Them Philly fans ain't playing with Ben Simmons, man. They're not playing with that man.
Hey, you may need to go in there and win the playoff series. Get that shit out the way now when you're not playing. Because look, it's mentally tough on everybody out there. Cause
it's a little hard. It's 3 times hard on Ben Simmons, man.
Hey, you start dealing with it now. When your ass in the AD street clothes, start dealing with it now. So when we come back and we got to win a Eastern Conference Finals or semifinals or some shit, you already done dealt with it. They got their first initial boos and all that out the way. I like it, Nash. Nash probably over like, man, bring your
that boy Ben Simmons gonna be red as shit on that bench, boy. That boy gonna be. Hey, that's gonna be a rock. That's gonna be a tough one. I could see if he was playing because you can go out there, you could do your thing.
Oh, he going. I didn't know he was going.
Just
gonna be there.
Just to sit on the bench and hear that
shit
for. Oh my god.
I like it, Nash. I like it, Nash. See, I like my pick coming out, man. Heat first. Out of these, I gotta stick with my Heat. But then after the Heat, I like the Nets, man. I like it, Nash. Bring your ass on that bench. Deal with it. And then we'll be back. We'll be back in this building. But I like it, man. He'll be on the bench, 7:30 tonight. You got
I'll
Philly.
I got Philly. I'll get home a little bit, probably second quarter, halftime.
Okay.
And I'll tap in. I'll tap in for sure.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna be tapped in as well. All right, so one more question from that game.
Talk to me.
We got Embiid, the clubhouse leader right now for the MVP, and Jokic's doing some nasty shit too right now. But you got Embiid, you got Harden, you got Kyrie, you got KD. Who leads the game in scoring tonight?
Joel.
Embiid, he's gonna be the high scorer tonight.
Yeah, high score, Joel.
All right, I think I'm going Kyrie. I think Kyrie gonna put on another show tonight.
Hey, I think Joel gonna go off. They don't got a big man. Man, whoever, he can do whatever he want, man.
Let's go, Drummond. Is Drummond playing tonight?
Man, Drummond he gonna put him in the basket. Man.
Oh man.
Hey, Tone said it best. Barbecue chicken. Hey.
Nope. He is unstoppable right now. Unstoppable. And in that clip that you talking about with KD, he said Joel talked about how I can go from Kobe to Hakeem to Shaq to if you got a bag like that. And KD said, yeah, you're right.
It's
right.
It's crazy. It was crazy.
Or is KD? Is KD gonna go for 50 tonight? Somebody going for 50 tonight, or at least 40.
Joel and Ben Simmons gonna be on the bench. Oh yeah, Joel going off.
Oh, he might be. Damn, it's gonna be so much beef too, Paul. Joel gonna be out Ben. Kyrie gonna be looking at Harden like, yeah, I'm tapped into this one. I got my popcorn ready.
Yeah. Get your popcorn, your Miller Lite.
I might get me a blue. I might get a blue moon. Nah, Modelo. Shout out Modelo.
Okay.
Modelo tonight.
Yeah. Man, that's gonna be a good one. That's gonna be a good one.
I'm excited for this game. I'm excited for the playoffs. March Madness. Obviously, we talked about that. Excited for March Madness. We got a Duke game about to come on now. Actually, is it Duke? Who do they play?
Oh, they're gonna come out and play hard today.
We got Duke. We got Oklahoma, Baylor. Duke better come out and play hard. Top seed in the ACC.
Yeah, they just got whooped on my man. Final home game. Coach K ain't like that. They will come out. I know they probably ran suicides all practice.
Hey, Coach K was sick.
You ever had them basketball practices like no balls, no basketball?
Bruh, yeah. We used to start the first week. First week when basketball season started, and thankfully I used to miss it a lot of times because football season will go into it. So by the time I got to basketball, it was already kind of rolling. But whenever I had days off and I had to, you just come in, you see all them balls in that. We used to have the ball,
the little rack,
with the cage with the lock.
Yeah,
all the balls locked up. Oh shit! Taking charges, running. Now suicides was bad, but 17s.
What
y'all run 17s?
What did y'all call 17? What?
That's when
down and back.
Nah, that's when you running. So you know how the suicides is the full court.
Yeah,
it's like you running the other way. The what is that, lateral?
Oh,
horizontal, side to side. In 17 seconds, I forgot how many times we had to go back and forth. Woo! That shit was bad, boy.
Man, I know basketball practices was typically things like Thanksgiving break. Like we always knew Thanksgiving break, like at the top of the break, we was gonna have a practice or two with no basketballs. And as far as conditioning, the one we had, they had a jump. Coach Hockman, he would have us run sets. So it was a single, a double, a triple, a suicide, and a 110. So a single, down and back 9 seconds. The double was obviously 2 times in 18 seconds. The triple, I forgot what the triple time was. And then you had a suicide in like 20-some seconds. And then the 110, it was down and back, like down. Yeah, down is 1, back is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 in a minute, 10 seconds. Whew.
The thing about running basketball, football, whatever, for me, the more you got to stop and cut and come back, it makes everything worse. Like if I can run, Yeah, if I can run 110s or, we back and forth 300-yard shuttle in 50-yard increments as opposed to like 25-yard increments.
Yeah.
Two completely different things. But Troy Walker, Christmas break, coach would start practice with the 17 before and after the break, then at the end of practice too. Yeah, them 17s.
Yeah, I never ran 17.
Them 17s and shit. I don't know if it was a 17 second or 17 touch. I don't even remember. I'm so traumatized by it. hey, Double D, chill. We was in the office. We got to the office.
CSC. What was that? That was your school?
That was my high school. Yeah, Cold Springs Charter School, man. I was a trailblazer. I didn't go the easy route. You probably went to a big powerhouse high school, bunch of banners in the gym. My gym was naked. It wasn't nothing. And I put all that shit in there first Division I athlete. Don't worry about it, Double D. You went to, I don't want to hear about that shit.
Nah, anyway. Man, that was a good one today.
Yeah, man, it's good. We had a lot to talk about. Like as we said before, we got another interview coming up for you guys next Wednesday. We'll obviously be back live on Monday. And we already got some other interviews lined up as well, man. So excited about the stuff we're going to be bringing y'all way. And we know this NFL, man, the best reality show in TV. So we'll have plenty to talk about on Monday, I'm sure, man. So this game, AB got the Sixers tonight, and he got Joel Embiid leading all.
H Boogie by tell D-Buck.
What's that? I don't even know what that is.
That's my high school. They call my high school the Dirt.
Oh, they ain't the powerhouse?
Definitely not the powerhouse, my guy.
Hey, my dog Double D, he was I ain't even gonna tell y'all the name of his school, but one of the biggest schools down here. But
powerhouse. What, Northwestern?
Nah, Miami Northwest is definitely a powerhouse. I won't call it powerhouse. Matter of fact, I am gonna tell y'all the name of the school. My dog went to Plantation High School.
Oh yeah, I heard a lot of boards coming out of there.
You matter of fact, you ain't play with HB Blaze. You play with Clint Sessions, right?
Yeah, I played with Clint. Yeah,
I think there was teammates at Pitt, but yeah, Plant put him out. They put him out for sure. Before we get out there, everybody doing it. Forgot to get to this when we talked about this earlier. I'm glad I saw it.
Gotta rank them.
I need you to rank these AFC West quarterbacks. Best division of football, I say, going into this season. I need you to rank them, man. Please be respectful.
Yeah, I'm be respectful, very respectful. And I'm gonna give you your just due, D-Butt. I'm gonna go Pat Mahomes 1, Herbert 2, Russell Wilson 3, and I'll go Derek Carr 4.
I got it, man. Okay. All right. So we pretty much on the same page. I got Pat Mahomes, Justin Herbert, 1A, 1B. Got Russ 3.
No, it's 1-2. It's 1-2. It's 1A,
1B. 1A, 1B. I don't know who A, I don't know who B, but they up there going forward. But I'm excited, man. Excited about this season, obviously. Excited about this show. Y'all keep tuning in. Always keep the conversation going. Hashtag M2M Live. Be sure to hit that mailbag too, man. We're going to take one more.
And make sure y'all go tap in and y'all go watch that Harrison Smith. It's live now. It's out now.
Yeah.
Wherever you listen to or watch your podcast, y'all go tap into the hitman, Harrison Smith, on here, talking some good shit, baby.
Big facts. At Joy Schneider, Jimmy Sin. Why don't more teams make a more concerned effort to get 2 high-end cornerbacks and build it that way? I grew up watching Madison and Surtain. For y'all who don't know about these 2 GOATs, Sam Madison and Patrick Surtain, shut the Colts down. You can do so much with good corners. Why don't more teams make
easier said than done?
That's why I laughed. That's why I laughed. But everybody trying, man. Trust me, everybody's trying. These these GMs and scouting departments and coaches, they work around the clock to find guys, at all the schools, different levels, and try to, develop and fit into the system. It's a lot of factors that need to work out, man. So it's tough, but trust me, everybody's trying to have two corners. Sam Madison and Patrick Surtain. Actually, I didn't know they was gonna be as good as they were. Lockdown, no. Yeah, T-Buck down here in the Yayo too. So everybody's trying, man.
Yeah.
Trust me.
And you hit it on the head. It's a lot that factors into that, So you might figure you got one, just don't pan out right. You know what I mean? So,
right. Big facts.
What you laughing at?
Nakiba comment
About that plantation, yo? Yeah, I've seen that too.
It's all the. Come on, Nakiba, you gotta. Come on, man, you gotta relax. But appreciate y'all as always, man. Like the stream, tell a friend to tell a friend.
Your homeboy Double D.
Mm-hmm.
The history on the name of their school.
I mean, it's in the city of Plantation, Florida.
All right,
so
I already know where that's going. All right.
Yeah, we in Florida, so yeah. But I would be interested to know too. But
yeah.
As the Plantation Colonels, that's their mascot, by the way. But
the Colonels,
the Colonels, yeah.
Oh man, we got put a petition in. hey, Double D, man, we got it's just come on now, like we got to put a petition in for that. So you took it over.
Yeah, we got to, man, because we got Plant Elementary, Middle, and High School. So wow, man.
We put a petition in with that. You killed me with the mascot.
I ain't even want to say this shit, but shit, man. Damn.
Yeah.
But yeah. Appreciate y'all, man. We out. About to hit this intro. We out of here, man. Like the joint, tell a friend to tell a friend. We go. Still ain't got it, John. Y'all ain't cut the check yet.
Yeah,
ABC, y'all ain't cut the check yet, man.
Ain't doing that for free no more, man. Like, you see how the artists out here be mad about, everything.
Fact.
Like, come on now.
Hey, be a businessman. You say that paperwork got to be right first.
Man, I shoot y'all. Hey, send it to the email, to the man-to-man email. I see the paperwork. I go over it. We sign it. And we do what we do.
There we go. There you have it. We out.
Peace.